You might find it surprising, but what I'm about to share is that your isolation is not random. Indeed, your isolation has a purpose, and it's important to be mindful of your actions during this time. We often see isolation as a negative experience, imposed upon us without our agreement or comprehension. Yet, this phase of solitude is far more than just an inconvenience or a hurdle to be dealt with. It is a divinely arranged chance for self-reflection and personal growth. God isolates us for many reasons. This period of isolation is not a punishment but a time for growth and reflection. Just as a seed must be buried in darkness before it can sprout and reach for the light, we too must sometimes be placed in solitary conditions to truly grow. Isolation strips away the distractions and noise of everyday life, allowing us to focus on our inner selves and our relationship with God. It's a sacred time meant for spiritual nourishment and the development of a deeper understanding of our faith. It is an essential part of our spiritual journey, allowing us to deepen our relationship with God. In these quiet, reflective moments, we can listen more closely to His voice and understand His plans for us. Without the usual hustle and bustle, we are granted the clarity to see our lives from a new perspective, to identify areas that need improvement, and to appreciate the blessings we might have overlooked. Embracing isolation as a purposeful phase of our journey can transform it from a period of loneliness into a powerful experience of divine connection and personal growth. When you find yourself alone, it presents a unique opportunity to focus on your spiritual development without the usual distractions of everyday life. Think of it as a time to listen more closely to God's voice and to seek a deeper understanding of His plans for you. In these moments of solitude, you have the chance to refine your character. This period can become a journey of self-discovery, where you identify your weaknesses and work on them with intention. During isolation, consider it a time that God has set aside for your growth and preparation for a greater purpose. He uses these moments to mold you into a better individual, someone who can fulfill His plans more effectively. It is in these quiet, reflective times that you can develop essential qualities like patience, humility, and resilience. Rather than seeing isolation as merely being alone, view it as a divinely orchestrated opportunity to grow closer to God and to become the person you are meant to be. Embrace this period as a valuable part of your spiritual journey. Without the constant noise and busyness of daily life, you can gain clarity and insight into your true self and your relationship with God. Use this time wisely to cultivate a deeper connection with Him, to understand His will, and to transform yourself in ways that will benefit not only your own life but also the lives of those around you. Isolation also helps you build a stronger foundation of faith. Without the usual noise and busyness of life, you can spend more time in prayer and meditation. This dedicated time allows you to connect more deeply with God and gain a clearer understanding of His will. In these quiet moments, you have the chance to truly listen and feel His presence in your life. By focusing on your relationship with God during isolation, your faith can grow stronger. As you turn to Him for strength and guidance, you begin to realize that He is always there, ready to support and lead you. This reliance on God can transform your faith, making it more resilient and profound. Think of this period as a spiritual retreat, a time set aside for deepening your faith. Embrace the stillness and allow it to bring you closer to God. As you meditate and pray, let go of the distractions that typically cloud your mind. Use this time to build a robust spiritual foundation that will sustain you through life's challenges and help you navigate the path He has set for you. Isolation provides a unique opportunity to realign our priorities. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it can be easy to lose sight of what truly matters. When we find ourselves isolated, it grants us the rare chance to step back and reassess our lives. This period of quiet and solitude allows us to reflect deeply on our values and what is most important to us. It becomes a time to strip away the noise and distractions, focusing instead on the core aspects of our existence that bring genuine fulfillment and purpose. During this reflective period, we can thoroughly evaluate our goals, habits, and relationships. Are the goals we are pursuing in alignment with our spiritual values and long-term aspirations? Are our daily habits conducive to personal and spiritual growth, or do they detract from our well-being? Additionally, we can examine our relationships, considering whether they uplift and support our journey or if they need re-evaluation. This kind of introspection is crucial for ensuring that every aspect of our lives is harmonized with our true selves and our spiritual beliefs. This period of introspection can lead to significant personal growth and a more focused, purposeful life. By taking the time to realign our priorities, we emerge from isolation with a clearer sense of direction and renewed motivation. We become more intentional in our actions, making choices that reflect our deepest values and aspirations. This newfound clarity and focus can transform our lives, leading to deeper satisfaction and a stronger sense of purpose. Embracing isolation as a time for realignment can thus be a powerful catalyst for positive change and personal development. When we find ourselves in isolation, it is important not to approach it as just another challenge to overcome. Isolation is not merely an obstacle, it is a unique period that demands a mindful and deliberate response. Viewing it as an opportunity for growth rather than a hardship can transform our experience. By recognizing the potential for spiritual and personal development during this time, we can better prepare ourselves to navigate it with intention and purpose. This shift in perspective is crucial for making the most of our isolation. During isolation, it is essential to avoid common pitfalls and mistakes that can undermine our progress. One of the biggest risks is succumbing to negative distractions. These distractions, whether they come in the form of excessive screen time, indulgence in unhealthy habits, or other forms of escapism, can easily divert our attention from what truly matters. They can prevent us from using this time productively and hinder our spiritual growth. It is important to remain vigilant and conscious of how we spend our time, ensuring that our actions align with our long-term goals and values. Instead of filling the void with harmful habits like gluttony and laziness, we should focus on activities that nurture our souls and deepen our connection with God. This might include engaging in regular prayer, meditation, reading spiritual texts, or practicing mindfulness. These activities can help us stay grounded and centered, fostering a sense of inner peace and spiritual well-being. By dedicating time to these practices, we can transform isolation into a period of meaningful introspection and growth, emerging from it with a stronger, more resilient spirit. In the journey of life, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. We often measure our success, happiness, and worth against the visible markers in other people's lives. Social media and societal expectations amplify this tendency, making it seem as though we are constantly in competition. However, such comparisons are misleading and detrimental to our well-being. They shift our focus away from our own unique path and create unnecessary pressure and dissatisfaction. Recognizing this tendency is the first step toward overcoming it. However, during times of isolation, it's essential to resist this temptation more than ever. Isolation can amplify feelings of loneliness and vulnerability, making us more prone to compare our lives with others. In these moments, we must remember that each person's journey is unique, shaped by their experiences, circumstances, and relationship with God. What works for one person may not be applicable or beneficial for another. By focusing on our own path and trusting in the individual plan that God has for us, we can find peace and fulfillment. It's important to embrace our journey with its specific challenges and blessings. Comparing ourselves to others can lead to feelings of inadequacy, envy, and discouragement, undermining our sense of self-worth and purpose. When we constantly look at what others have or achieve, we can become blind to our own progress and blessings. This negative mindset can erode our confidence and happiness, making us feel as though we are perpetually falling short. Instead, we should use isolation as an opportunity to reflect on our strengths, achievements, and the unique gifts that God has bestowed upon us. By cultivating gratitude and self-compassion, we can reinforce our self-worth and remain focused on our personal growth and spiritual journey. Instead of focusing on how our journey measures up to others, it is crucial to trust in God's plan for our lives. He has crafted a unique purpose and path for each of us, taking into account our individual strengths, weaknesses, and aspirations. This personalized journey is designed to lead us toward personal growth, spiritual maturity, and fulfillment. When we fixate on comparing ourselves to others, we risk losing sight of the specific blessings and challenges that shape our own development. God's wisdom and guidance are unwavering, even when we face uncertainty or challenges. By surrendering to His plan and trusting in His timing, we can navigate life's ups and downs with resilience and faith. This perspective allows us to embrace our journey with acceptance and gratitude, recognizing that every experience contributes to our growth and spiritual evolution. Rather than seeking validation through comparison, we can find reassurance in the knowledge that God's love for us is constant and unconditional. Comparing ourselves to others distracts us from our own growth and development. It fosters feelings of inadequacy and discontentment, undermining our sense of self-worth and purpose. Instead, by focusing inward and nurturing our relationship with God, we can cultivate a deeper understanding of His plan for us. This shift in perspective encourages us to celebrate our unique gifts and accomplishments, fostering a sense of purpose and fulfillment that transcends external measures of success. Embracing God's plan for our lives enables us to appreciate the richness of our journey and to find joy in the unfolding of His divine purpose. In our hurried lives, it's easy to miss out on the profound moments of spiritual growth that come when we slow down and listen to God's gentle voice. Often, in our pursuit of achievements and milestones, we inadvertently overlook the blessings and insights that are meant to shape our lives in the present. Impatience can strain our relationship with God, leading us to demand immediate answers to prayers and forgetting to trust in His wisdom and timing. Instead of rushing through life's challenges, especially during periods of isolation, we should embrace these times as opportunities for personal reflection and growth. Trusting in God's overarching plan allows us to navigate uncertainties with patience, knowing that He orchestrates everything for our ultimate good. Patience isn't just a virtue, it's a practice that helps us surrender our need for control and align our goals with God's purpose. Silence plays a crucial role in deepening our spiritual connection. It offers a sanctuary from the noise of daily life, creating space for prayer, introspection, and communion with God. In moments of quiet, we can quiet our minds and open our hearts to hear God's guidance more clearly. This introspective process helps us gain deeper insights into our own thoughts, emotions, and actions, fostering spiritual maturity and resilience. Furthermore, silence fosters inner peace and tranquility, providing a refuge from the pressures of our routines. It allows us to recharge spiritually, finding solace in God's comforting presence. Despite the challenges of isolation, maintaining meaningful connections with others remains essential for our emotional and mental well-being. Whether through heartfelt conversations or virtual gatherings, nurturing these relationships brings comfort and a sense of belonging that sustains us through difficult times. Thank you for staying engaged with me. Your attention means a lot, and I appreciate you being here. If you found value in what we've discussed and would like to continue exploring similar topics, I encourage you to click the subscribe button. Your support helps me create more insightful content that resonates with you and others. I'm interested in hearing about your experiences and thoughts as well. Please feel free to share them in the comments below. Your feedback not only helps me understand what resonates with you but also guides the direction of future discussions. Together, we can delve deeper into meaningful topics and grow in our understanding together. Until we meet again, take care of yourself. Remember to subscribe to stay updated with new content.